Check 1 2. Check 1 2. C-Rxch. Now the C-Rxch the Beatsmith is I see is what you don't like C-Rxch the Beatsmith the full name?
I don't mind it, but usually it's C-Rxch or C-Rxch. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
To be honest.
All right. So how do you want to be? What's the mood right now?
Just C-Rxch.
C-Rxch, baby.
But C-Rxch the Beatsmith is, like, if I want to be extra.
I love it.
That's the Instagram handle?
Oh yeah, C-Rxch the Beatsmith.
Yeah.
Isn't there an underscore in there though?
C_RXCH.
Yeah, underscore's rough. I had an underscore for a while. And then some showcase post show. You keep the beats going. Bring the beats down a little bit for me. Oh my. Ooh. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, folks. Thanks for listening. This is the And Then Some Showcase post show. Hosted by
Post and pre-show.
Post and pre-show. I think that's going to be how it's going to be. I was thinking about I think pre-show for the next show, post-show for the last show. So we'll do is, I guess I should say what this is as by way of somewhat of an introduction here. So I'm Ricky Grimes. I'm the host of the showcase, the host of this show. I don't really know if there needs to be like a host. Like it's more like just a chat show.
There's a logo here that says And Then Some Showcase hosted by Ricky Grimes.
Do you know,
shouldn't you also be the host of the podcast?
Do you know when I commissioned that logo and artwork to be made, I sent it in and then I sent him a second email and I'm like, add hosted by me in the title.
Yeah.
Because I was like, in terms of like comedy, I know like how important that is, like to be like a host of something. So I was like,
often in show business, people have had shows stolen from underneath them because their name wasn't attached to it.
Yeah.
That's why Seinfeld was like, your name in the show is Seinfeld because you're not doing the show without me.
Yeah.
So call it Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you getting some other comic in here.
I like that as well. And then I could put it in my credit. I put it in my credits now and I say like what you've done. I just put, and I host a.
This is, I mean, it's a undertaking.
Yeah, it certainly is. But without the help of the people that I have here. So Ricky Grimes here, I should say. C-Rxch, as I already introduced over there. I don't know if you see me in terms of camera, but on the beats over there, and Ryan as well, who I think is probably fair to say producer of the event, at least at this point. I think that's probably fair to say.
Producer of this, yeah.
Producer of this, but for the event, I mean, what would you call it? What would you call it?
Video production. I do
video and lights, though.
Yeah.
And general
social media assistant.
Social media and general advisement. I think that's fair. I ask you about enough stuff.
Chief of content. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's good. So
I've weaseled my way into the production team of this because
basically
I was so desperate. I've always wanted to produce a show,
and
I never had the guts to get out there and find a place to do it.
Yeah,
and it's it's time consuming. So when you asked me like, can you bring lights? I'm like, yes, and also I'm going to be part of every piece of this that I can. So I appreciate
all the things that I think through the three of us, we were encompassing all the quadrants of what you need to put a show on, I think, in the most part. So I think we should, just for anyone, who the heck would be listening that doesn't know what the show is? I guess this would be a little bit strange. But we do, and then there's some showcases, a showcase that's done in Bablyon, New York, once a month. It's a showcase. I guess kind of it's technically an open mic. It is an open mic. It's not, I like that. Open mic has such a connotation to it that I don't necessarily like to conclude, but it is.
Like when I hear open mic, I think you can show up to a place, not having contacted anybody beforehand, and get on stage.
Yes, which you can do technically. Yes, you can do.
But there also are some comedy shows in New York that consider themselves open mic, but you need to sign up in advance.
That's true.
Laughing Buddha, open mics, I feel like a lot of those you need to sign up in advance.
That's true.
So I guess there are those as well. But what do you call this? A booked open mic or mostly booked open mic?
I kind of like it as a showcase because basically I think it's like it's a curated mic. I think is a fair way.
That was going to be my question. Like, do you do any vetting of the?
Quite a lot. So the show we do is.
I wanted to ask who you've turned down, but is that going to be an off-air conversation?
Yeah. This is. I mean, Let's talk about this. So the reason we're doing this show right now is because I think that there was so much content that was created in terms of things that happen, people we meet, people we want to like further promote and platform. And the work that they're doing, so it seems like a fun way to do that. Plus, you do such a good job with these productions of this video and the audio and stuff like that. It seemed like a waste to not continue it outside the four quadrants of the show. I thought that would be a nice way to do it. And also, I really like doing radio /podcasts. I used to do when I was in college. And C-Rxch doesn't know this because We just met for the first time just a few months ago.
Yeah, like literally a few months ago.
Yeah. That
That was going to be a question. I was going to ask, how did you guys hook up? But
well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. I guess.
Sorry.
So we'll say. Well,
I don't want
just
to step on the
I don't want to
host's
step
toes.
on the host. You know, keep it, as you work on the tech, just keep that going.
Hey, shut up there, tech boy.
So I did college radio for 4 years, and for the last 2 years, I was director in WCDB FM 90.9 FM in Albany when I was in college there, and I did radio for 4 years, and then for 2 years I was the hip hop director. So for people that think that I'm new to this type of thing, I did that for a long time, and we were a non top 40 radio station in terms of you were not allowed to play things that were in the top 40 or had been in the top 40. So strictly underground things, especially in the hip hop department. There was a lot of.
Great.
That was part of the tagline. Excuse me as I burp.
Yeah,
off
maybe you
microphone.
shouldn't be drinking. This stuff is delicious, but it is a little gassy.
I noticed that as well.
I don't know how I'm a talker, so I'm afraid that this is supposed to be like a nice little tight little wrap up of the show. But
No.
everything you say, I'm like, I got an anecdote.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and we used to.
Is that
like,
I didn't know that was because I always heard on the Howard Stern show they would talk about it a lot.
it's a
I
real
didn't know-
thing. Yeah, I mean, real people have gone through there. Like they
Yeah.
would, a lot of times it would be like somebody that it was like a celebrity that they wanted to give a radio show to, but didn't have any radio history. It's like, just go here. It's 3 months, twice a week. They'll tune you into everything you need to know. I don't think I learned one thing there. I didn't know going into the class. I just felt like you could get internships if you went through there, which I
Yeah.
never capitalized on.
Yeah.
That was my whole goal.
But
and
did
I
they
never
have
did that.
they had a board? You learned how to work the board.
Oh,
and
they had
did
full
everything like
studios.
that?
They had a TV studio you could work, full radio studios. You could book time. Even now, like I don't know if it exists anymore. But if
Yeah.
it did, if you're an alumni, I could book studio time there tomorrow if I wanted to.
Oh, that's nice.
You get like lifetime bookable.
That's really cool.
That's
But-
really dope.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. But our final project is we had to produce a radio show, and everybody got assigned a format. I got assigned top 40. So and you have to do like
Ooh.
you have to like cut.
Were you on the air though?
No, it was just like you did it was like a 5-minute recording of like
Okay.
so you would introduce songs, play the beginning of the song, the outro of the song, you do all the little bits, but you would just cut out the chunks of the song so
okay.
you could do like a truncated version.
But
of
did
it.
they have like a radio station, like even like a college?
No.
Okay.
You think they would?
Yeah,
like
I mean-
they'd buy a station and be like, this
Yeah,
is,
because we had 90.9 FM. It was 100 watts in the Capital District, so you anywhere that basically from the
a
campus
lot of
on
watts.
out. It was pretty good. I think that's what it is, something like that. I forget. I think
Yeah.
like all of the major radio stations are like 1 million or something. So it
Oh,
was
okay.
like very like square footage.
Yeah, if
but
you're on campus, you could hear
on
it.
campus
Yeah.
or like 6 blocks
Yeah.
off.
I
or
love
something like that.
FUV, but it like doesn't come out here. It
Yeah.
does, anyway, to wrap this up,
Yeah.
I could pick the songs, but they had to be in the top 40 songs. But so my last song, I picked an atmosphere song because I was big atmosphere song fan, and the teacher was like, "That was great, you did a great job." Because but you definitely played a song that wasn't in the top 40. I'm like, this was an alternate universe top 40 station that I created in my head, where people had good taste, and I just felt like I wanted to inject
It's
a
like
little bit of
formatting.
that. Yeah, it was.
Well,
like,
I had to get on the case because like you had to log every song that you played by like regulations. Right?
Yeah.
So we actually had to log everything in. And so part of my job as director is I would have to go in and look at the songs that people were playing. And so like people were playing like 50 Cent songs.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to like literally send emails. It was the funniest thing.
was it at least like a mixtape 50 Cent
No,
song?
they'd be playing
Oh.
like PIMP, and I'd have to like email them and be like, I need to remind you again, this is a non-top 40 radio station. You
Yeah.
should be please refer to the MERS mixtape that I sent out earlier,
Now, could it be any song that isn't currently in the top 40 or has ever been in the top 40?
Correct. Has ever been in the top 40. Like, for example, they were playing, what's the fun song that was a big hit?
I don't know.
We Are Young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Remember that one?
Yeah.
We were playing that on the radio station, like, because it was a college radio.
Sure.
Like that was fun was for the college radio. Basically, it was like a 3 indie band super group, and so they were playing that for a while, and then it went to number 1, and they're like, literally,
Outta
people had
here.
to come and be like, you can't play it anymore, turn it off. But all that to say, I enjoyed doing radio, and I was looking for a way to get back into it. But a podcast, I didn't really have any sort of ideas about what a podcast could be, and so now I feel like there's so much to discuss as it relates to the performers and doing the show and doing a kind of like a little bit of a backstage, also kind of talking about some of the performances,
Now,
playing
in-
some clips, things like that. I think
In
that would
radio
be
school,
good.
did they teach you to handle the mic a whole lot as you're talking?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, I went to radio. I used to love doing radio, and then
And I did. You know what? I also didn't run my own board because I did it with a duo, so he handled all the technical
Yeah,
stuff.
he
and
was
then
sweating. I could tell you.
and
He was
I
like,
would,
he's touching the mic again.
and I would mix and then and do that. Though I do watch the Joe Budden podcast. He's moving the mic all over the place. I always
Can you hear it?
I don't know. I don't listen to the show, but I
Yeah,
Because
he's-
if you can do it if you do it by the arm. You're just
You don't think
you're
I
touching the literal
what if
microphone.
what if I push it over here?
Yeah, I would say like he literally moves the microphone. He throws his headphones.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
What they're over there.
So that's the thing with hip hop. You can't just be a rapper anymore. You also got to have a podcast, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But I think of this less as a podcast
Okay,
and more
yes.
as a post
A
show,
recap.
a recap show like you'd see like on NBA or.
Where are they
or
watching
sports,
this, by the
something
way?
like that.
YouTube or Instagram, or where is it being viewed?
I guess that's a question we'll have to discuss afterwards. See where we go. Maybe maybe could we get it on TV? Have we approached any of the networks?
I mean, late night is
I tell you,
public
I got-
access
I
still
got
a thing?
Samsung TV, you know, the free one that comes with the TV.
Yeah.
and I found there's tons of channels on
I
there.
think
We
you can
should
put
really get
anything
it.
on Amazon.
Yeah,
I saw a Joe Pontillo special on Amazon once.
I think we might. Think we could get on the television.
I
Every
think
now
let's
and-
take Chris Gethard's spot. Is he still on public access?
Oh, public. I don't know. You think we're good enough for public access?
Anybody? That's a check. All you do is write a check for public access.
Oh, then maybe we should do that. Well, we also
How
have
do you
no money.
think? How do you think Byron Allen's on? He's
Well, he's actually paying to.
he
yeah.
bought the space.
Yeah, for the late.
He didn't get the job. He bought
No.
the airtime.
No, so we could try that, but we also have no money though. This is a not. This is a.
Oh,
this is
that's right.
A non money making production at this point.
All right,
But
well-
that's for the next episode. Maybe we'll
All right.
discuss that. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically talk about the show that we just had, talk about some of the acts, talk about what we're planning on doing next time. But I think one thing that I wanted to discuss first is that the fine folks, one of the performers we had last time. We don't have a cough button for no?
I can cut that out in post. So don't
Oh,
mention
yours
it.
you could cut out. That's nice.
Well, you were talking while you were touching
That's
the
nice.
microphone.
Well, cut
It's
the
hard
whole
to
segment.
isolate the microphone when the.
Let's cut it and start over. Cut it and then we'll start now. So the fine folks at Cornucopia Natural Foods. Speaking of Matt Brennan, who was a guy who came to perform. He's been there twice. He's spoken word artist. He also plays in a band, which I actually do want to try to go see. He's a frontman for a band. And then he's putting out an album of spoken word stuff, which I'm very excited to check out. And
wow.
hopefully we can play it on this
He's
program.
not one of
when
the
it
Brennan
comes out.
brothers, is he?
I mean, he may. I don't know if he has a brother. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean,
You know Neil Brennan and his brother.
oh. No, I don't think so. I guess possibly. I
he
think
would
there's
be the most soft-spoken of
there's
them
many
all.
a sibling. So, but I do want to. I don't know if I'm on my camera here. So we do have some stuff that we picked.
Yeah.
I picked this up today, or my wife did, I should say. Cornucopia Natural Foods. I got some stuff here. These are really fantastic. So
This
and
looks good on camera, I tell you. The Nixie.
does.
So is this a?
now I don't think it's a cornucopia thing, but I'm just saying I picked it up there, and then Matt was kind enough
Yeah,
to
no, I
bring
know.
them to the event. So he's going to have them at
I know
the
this
event
isn't
for
an
us to have.
exclusive drink to cornucopia, but I am curious about the Nixie. Is it a play on Moxie?
Oh, I don't know.
Remember the old soda Moxie?
Yeah, that's
and
a
then
good
this
question.
is like it's like 0 calories, so it's like nixing the calories. Nixie, Moxie.
You may have put more work into it than they did. At that
I didn't
point.
put any work into it. As soon as
Yeah.
I saw that, so that's the first thing I thought of.
You very well might be right. I don't know about that. And then I also got some snacks at this point. Look, I got that.
Sweet potato pop. Now these are cornucopia exclusives.
I don't know, but we bought them there, so they're available. So we're just trying to support back the folks that were supporting us. You know what I mean? So
ASMR.
we got some cookies, crispy chocolate chips, some sweet potato poppers, but they're jalapeno ranch. Might be too spicy for you.
And we'll be eating those a little bit later, but not into the microphone.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
the hip peas are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
So some cornucopia food. So there's going to be at the next event. And I should say our next event, April 25th, is where it's going to be at the Neverending Story in Bablyon, New York. Starting doors are at 7 p.m. If there are spots available to sign up, and we'll get to that in a minute, you can sign up. And then at 8 p.m., that's when the show gets underway. April 25th, the Neverending Story. Now, this is going to be the last, as we know, possibly show at Neverending Story as of this second. And we'll talk about that a little bit later,
Okay.
more important. And then so that was pretty exciting. But I do want to get to the important thing, which is C-Rxch, who's here. I saw you. I met you at an open mic, and I'm so interested in hip hop production. I'm a big fan of hip hop production and stuff like that, which I know you are as well. So I've always desperately seen like guys that like make beats and all that stuff. Always wanted to do it. Always wanted to be a part of it in some capacity or to have them involved. Because comedy shows are just like just a guy gets up, he talks, you guys get off, and better or worse depending on what it is. So I wanted to try to find a way for this show for there to be something that could be another element and to kind of make it a little bit more exciting is what I was hoping for. So then when I saw this guy, I saw videos of him on Instagram because I he makes hip hop beats, but that could be terrible. But then I went on his Instagram and I literally I heard some of his stuff and I was like, oh, this must be this can't be him actually making these beats. I didn't think it was you at first. And so I was like, oh, maybe this is just it's, he's playing somebody else's beats.
Compilation beats.
Yeah, but I when you're on your Instagram and then I showed you playing some stuff and I was like, oh, this still can't be. I couldn't believe that it was you. So when you were doing an open mic, what was that open mic that I went to? It was kind of like a similar thing, a kind of a showcase thing.
Yeah,
so give them a little of a plug because they would do a nice job.
Shouts to Black Sheep and Mineola. So that's where me and you met.
Yeah. I went down because I saw you were hosting it. They put a nice flyer, you holding your
drum machine.
Yeah, holding it up. And I was like, I got to go see this guy in action. And I was this guy started playing stuff. I was floored.
There's a place called Black Sheep.
Black Sheep Ale House, I think it's called.
Oh yeah,
Black Sheep Ale House.
It's a cool little bar. It's like a college bar. Is it?
College bar.
Yeah.
What was it? Drez?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I went to a coffee shop in Virginia was it called Black Star? Oh no, it was called Urban Hang Suite. Yeah. We went to the Black Stars in Brooklyn. Black Stars in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I'm like, should I make it my mission to go to every place named after a hip hop group? So I got to go to Black Sheep.
Black Sheep's good. Black Sheep Ale House, and they have a little stage
Black Sheep
in the
isn't
back.
a thing other than the only thing I think of when I hear Black Sheep is the rap group.
Or the metaphor.
But right. They are named after something.
Drez and who's the other guy?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I feel like he was not. You don't see him much. Is he?
I did a whole podcast episode about them and that album. I can't remember the
What's
other
his
guy's
name?
I feel like he's probably said it on the record.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah,
I actually really like that record too.
Yeah,
really
they were
good.
part of the Native Tongue posse as well.
They
Native
were.
Tongues, Leaders of the New School, Queen Latifah. I can name all of them.
Moni
De La
Love,
Soul.
Tribe, Jungle Brothers.
You would have stumped me on Moni Love. I would have forgot about her. You would have stumped me on that.
Do you remember the group?
Folks, this is going to be kind of a pseudo hip hop podcast as well. Let's be honest here. What this is going to be. There's going to be a lot of hip hop talk.
The rap collective, Spit Kickers. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It didn't last long, but I remember I went to it was a website because it was almost seemed like it was them the next
Native
era
tongue
of Native Tongue. It was they took a lot of Native Tongue and tried to do it, but it was they had
but not Soulquarians, not the Questlove, Dilla, D'Angelo crew. Mm-hmm. So who was in that? Who was in Spit?
It was a lot of those guys, and then it was I remember on the website it was they had comedians on Dave Chappelle was a part of
I don't know this at
on
all.
the website, and then Michael Rappaport was part of them because he was in that world too. He was a huge Tribe fan.
He did the doc. With the doc's actually pretty good, but
I don't think it lasted long. But I was like, oh, this is something, and it wasn't.
So I was always excited to have, and it probably does come from the Chappelle idea of at the Chappelle show he'd have the DJ. I think it was Cypher Sounds. He'd have the DJ, or even the Def Comedy Jams. Yes. Yeah, they would have the DJ on, and just having the having comedy, and not even just comedy, but also we have music and stuff like that, but giving it the liveliness or the real element of a musical performance or a jam or something like that by having someone kind of underneath it all. So when I saw him, C-Rxch, playing stuff, I was just blown away. I couldn't believe it. So can you play us a couple tunes that I would have heard at that time? Do you remember what I would have heard? I don't know if there was stuff that would have been back then or not. Do you have something that you could play for us?
Yeah, I got something right now I could play. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to play it.
Go ahead, play it.
We're all going to be surprised.
Yeah. Now, how old is this? You can keep it playing. You can play.
I would say probably maybe 2 months old now.
Okay.
2 months. So you just made this when is this something maybe you thought you heard or you didn't hear this?
I definitely not that, because that was a few months ago when I first heard you. But there was a few beats that I heard. I don't know if you would have played it back then, but I was like, wow. And I think I even I just can you play that again? I think I even yelled it out. I was like, can you play that back?
I'll say I might have something on here that I did play. Oh, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, he played something. I think
I have,
yelled
I have a
out.
question maybe while you're looking at me. Like,
Yeah.
do you know, like, what about copywriting? Like, because, like, if we post this on YouTube, is this stuff that's available for streaming somewhere? Or is this on the...
I would say some of the beats I'm playing right now. Well, this one is from my beat tape, Rich Instrumentals.
Right.
But I'll say like everything else is unreleased.
Unreleased.
So in the future, you will see them out on future beat tapes.
Yeah. It's like, I wonder if as soon as something hits streaming, does it get registered to like copyright? And then if there's, will
I think you
YouTube
would
flag
have
it as you have to
I
register?
think you'd have to register, and then you'd have to claim it. I think a lot of these just big companies like Universal and stuff just have people like, or like AI that does it automatically. I think if you're like a more of an indie artist or a local artist, you'd probably have to do it yourself. But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I say with an indie artist, it's a lot more easier. That is because the artist is not known as much yet,
Yeah,
but you could still like play his music, just credit him and all that nature.
and they wouldn't want. Why would they pull it? Because it's only going to help them. I think it's most. I think people like the bigger acts, like a Kendrick Lamar, or like one of these bigger artists. You're putting them on your YouTube video to help you. When it's like if I'm playing an indie artist, it's going to be to help me. It's
The
going to help
indie
them.
artist.
Help
As long as they're credited.
As long as they're credited. If I don't say
Right.
it's me.
So it's a good thing to have. Like, do you have any beats? You do, because you have stuff available on Instagram. So if you make a reel, you could add one of your beats to the
Yeah.
reel.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to do because
So do you get any money off that?
Well, Rich Instrumentals?
Well,
No,
like,
like on
so like
Instagram.
so like on Instagram, because you do have some stuff that's on streaming, I guess.
Yes.
Because like I did the last reel that I did of our recap show, I was able to just add the songs that you had available on Instagram.
Got you.
So do you get money off that?
Nah.
No. Well, how
I
long?
got-
Let me ask this: how long have you been doing this, making beats like this?
I've been making beats right now. I'm heading into my 12th year.
Wow, so you've been doing it for that long. So what was your original? How did you make them originally? Because obviously, I'm guessing that's not your first machine.
Well, I had this is the machine MK3, so I had a much smaller version, the machine Micro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that, so pretty much it was like a much smaller version of the machine, but I was still making beats on there. And I was funny enough because I was talking to one of my friends during the week, because when we met each other, and he makes beats as well, and me and him used the same samples, and he saw my Instagram. He said, "Hold on." At first, I thought he was copying me, but then he realized, like, wait a minute, he's actually trying to improve and trying to get better. So
Yeah.
he's using this as a reference.
Yeah.
So
Well, I saw that. I think it was Questlove said that, or Jay Dilla said that the only way producers really improve is you'll try to like remake somebody's beat from scratch, like, and you'll see if you'll end up in, which I guess is the same as the comedian who sounds like the
Yeah.
influence until
When
they're
you're
basically
starting,
able to kind of find their own way. So, but what made you want to do beats? Like, did you try to rap and you couldn't rap, and then you went to that is the back in the day you tried breakdancing, can't breakdance, graffiti, I can't do graffiti, so you figure out your way into the hip hop thing.
what happened was I tried to be a battle DJ. like
Oh, okay,
DMC,
DJing first.
but there were some guys I'm like, yeah, they are light years ahead of me.
scratching.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
scratching, beat juggling,
Did you have a routine that you
Yeah.
worked on? And this was vinyl, I'm guessing.
vinyl and Serato. But like I had a couple routines, but they weren't clean enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Let me just go over and make beats. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much how it happened. And
Yeah.
I befriended a couple guys, DJ YT, aka Jared Noel, rest in peace, and Cryostatic, who's another DJ on Long Island. So, and another guy, Chris as well. So it was like two Chris's, one Jared. We all went record shopping in Manhattan, I think 2013. And I told him the process, like, yeah, I'm just buying like jazz records. Like, yeah, because I'm, transitioning from DJing to beat making. So, I just want to, master my ear for beats.
Yeah.
And Cryostatic said, "You J Dilla head ass."
Why? Because of what you were grabbing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was Hubert Law's a CTI record. Forgot the album, but
Yeah.
it was a 70s record that I picked up. Also some other vinyl as well.
Well, what was he getting?
Yeah, that
I
was
don't
so
know.
original.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. We were just honestly, I gotta ask him because
But that's the way to start. You go with see what was sampled, and then see what other tracks on the album, or even the same song that you could pick stuff that you think you want to do.
So you do that. You do pick up records and sample from that, and then
Now the thing is, when I first was introduced to beat making, there was a guy who also made beats in my old neighborhood in Inwood named Complex. So I went over to his crib on 2 occasions. I had vinyl that I bought and I had like a drum break record. He was showing me how to like make beats. Like this is how you
Cut it up, chop it.
cut, loop, truncate, and then those 2 trips. After that, saved up money from my grant because I went to community college, and I was like, what, let me just use this money to buy my first drum machine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it.
So what is your process? How has it evolved? Are you primarily still using samples mostly, or you could, if we don't want to let the internet, we can say that, I know samples is big in terms of making sure you're not snitching on what you're using and things like that.
Who sampled? Are we a fan of who sampled or not?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw, funny enough,
It was a trick question by him.
funny enough, I actually saw a few beats that I made that actually were on True Sampled.
Really?
Who sampled? Yeah. This one
Somebody
duo,
snitched on you?
couple times.
Wow.
It wasn't me, I promise.
I wouldn't.
Now
be able
it was
to pick it up.
all right. So 2 records that I produced for this duo ISO Indies from Brooklyn. 2 of their 2 records that I sampled made it on there, and my friend MC Gels, where I produced a track on his album back in 2016, that sample got on there. I'm like, yo, how?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like,
Was it a really original sample that not have been used before? Don't say what it is though. We don't need to.
I would say
don't
for
have to start
for ISO Indies, both samples were like very rare to come by, and the MC Gel sample was from an anime.
Oh, like a score almost? from
Yeah,
there?
or like an original soundtrack.
So some people are probably a little bit tighter. It might be like all automated stuff where some
I
people
wonder, yeah.
like they submit any of their original stuff and then it's automatically scans to see if anything's a match, and then it just automatically registers.
Do you have to find stuff that's even too obscure for the? I'm guessing
for the computers.
For the computer to scan.
Yeah.
It.
Honestly speaking, when I was first making beats and start working with people, I was pretty much using samples, some recognizable, some wasn't. But then you had some compositions from sample packs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
what are sample packs?
Pretty much like some of them are royalty free if you're releasing them independently. But if you get a major placement, then you have to contact the composer of that sample from that sample pack and let them know, like, hey, I got a major placement.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered that.
That's crazy. Well, you've heard the thing with the Swiss. I forget what Swiss beats, early Swiss beats. I think it's like that's like
The Rough Riders?
yeah, but I think that like that's from like the keyboard.
Oh, like Casio preloaded.
Yeah. Like part of it is just like exactly that.
I remember hearing. I don't remember if that story.
I might be wrong about the song. I might be wrong with the song
like that. Yeah,
but it's like almost is the same thing. And then the other more famous one is the Gorillaz one, the Clint Eastwood.
Right.
Boom, bum,
that's
bum,
the one.
boom,
That's the one I heard
boom.
about.
Yeah.
There's these guys on YouTube. I don't feel it's like this one guy's got like kind of crazy white hair.
Yes.
Guy. Do you know those guys? I love that show. I feel like that's where I heard
one
that.
one song, one note.
Yeah,
one note.
Something. They break down songs like that.
They break down. It's not all just samples. That they break down like musical stuff.
How
I
songs are made.
It's
so
really
I
good.
say, what's the name? What's the name of it?
Well, I think it's either one song or one note.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. We'll send it later. But the Clint Eastwood from the Gorillaz is just literally like a keyboard, like you put the press songs and it's literally just that part. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So the beat tape that you have that we talk. So at the last show you made this announcement. You're like, you got this the Rich Instrumentals is what you call it, which is a great name by the way.
Thank you.
Beat tape on Bandcamp now. I actually wrote it down here. It's c-rich516.bandcamp.com/album/Rich Instrumentals, but it's RXCHS Instrumentals. That whole thing.
There'll be a link in the bio.
We'll add a little bit.
or there'll be a link.
You know, people could follow when I just read that out. I think they'll get it from that. Let me ask you a few questions. So, how's that been going?
It's going pretty well. I saw, a few of my peoples bought it. Saw you guys bought it as well, so I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Few of my friends,
and we're not friends, so that's good.
Yeah, so it's like I saw like a few of my close friends. Also, the guy that made the artwork bought it.
Who made the artwork, by the way?
My Mike Mosley, but his Instagram handle is Keycoon Frog.
Is he an illustrator by trade or?
He's talented.
Yeah.
Like, he's really talented. Illustrator.
But does he do that for a living, I mean?
Yes.
Oh, that's really great.
Like, he's really
I
talented.
think I sent him a follow. I always try to see, especially in the days nowadays where everyone's using the AI generated stuff. Anyone's doing like original work.
He despises AI.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I mean,
that.
because the artwork you did is fantastic.
Thank you. And funny enough, the artwork for that project was a photo shoot I did in Farmingdale back in 2024.
And he just
He
drew
make
for
it
that.
up into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I could notice the machine, and I'm like, that looks like a machine in the photo.
Yeah.
You know, because
You could have just punched in like, "Here's my picture, make me look like a cool
exactly.
guy." Blah blah blah. And
I get,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Homeboy Sandman.
Homeboy Sam.
yeah,
Yeah,
homie.
yeah.
He just put out an album that I like, and I feel like the little cover. I'm like, I feel like this is an AI cover, and I was so surprised because I don't know what it was. It would really surprise me if him particularly seems like a guy who would really be like, no AI for me.
Well,
please.
there's a thing, and
But-
actually, I guess we can mention this in this part of the conversation. If you look over Ryan's right shoulder here, the poster that we have here, the gentleman's name, I mean, I could put his Instagram handle in there, but he's a guy who does, I don't think he's like he's a professional that does this graphic arts, but I found him. He had done some work for Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos has a band, and the band is whatever. I mean, God bless him.
You're
but
kidding me. It's not great?
It's I mean, it's
just
actually
fine?
It's better than you think it's going to be, but it's totally fine. But they put out this really cool artwork for their shows. Like they'd have a cool posters, and so I found out who the guy who made it is, and expecting it to be like this, but he's got a little bit of a following. But I messaged him, and he was very reasonable with his rates, and I sent him some ideas about what I wanted. So, at the Neverending Story where we have the show, that is the owner Colleen, her dog Demeter, that's there. So I sent a picture of that, and he put this whole thing together, and I just thought it was so great. And one of the things I think that's helpful about the show, much like with your album, is like to be so actively not AI to the point where it's not even like you have to try to make sure that it's so not AI that it makes it a little bit better for people.
I just so clean when I saw this. I loved it immediately because it's not too complicated. A lot of times people get a little too complicated with the flyer. They want to get too fancy. It's almost like something that, well, I could have made that. It's like, well, you didn't. And it looks everything. It's not as easy to make something that clean and
all the
legible.
information
All
on
the information's
there.
right there. It's easily findable. Sometimes you look at a flyer. And I'll stare at
What
it.
day is it?
I go, what day is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Like there'll be a name of a bar, and I go, what state is this in? You haven't told me anything about like the town that it's in, or it's the whole reason is like the outreach to get things. Like don't make me scan for the information. It's like boom, date,
So I'm so happy with the way the art
address
came
right
as
there.
well.
Even see that New York.
Oh.
We know you look at it. 9 West Main Street, Bablyon, New York. I didn't need to look long to see that.
Boom.
My first time seeing this right now.
Boom, boom. And so the artwork that you did, I thought was great as well.
Yeah, also too, shout out to Kiku and Frog again. I've known him since 2015, and he was actually one of the first artists that actually did my artwork on my beat tapes.
How many have you put out of these beat tapes?
I put out a couple. I say I did Love Tape was like a Valentine's theme.
I was looking through this. And he did all that artwork?
Yeah, he did Love Tape. He did the Boom Bap sessions.
Oh, I'd like to hear that one.
The love tape artwork I thought was really cool.
Yeah, so I told him
That's cool. It's the same guy.
Yeah, Boom Bap Sessions, 2017, and I think it's my first time like ever since then just like reuniting with him. Like we've always been cool, but it's like I haven't really been. I've been working on music, but it's like I don't know what to put out.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, what is the? Because I understand a little bit just from my own stand-up comedy career. I kind of understand what the trajectory looks like. I mean, if you want to follow it, whatever. But it's like in terms of like what you do. You do open mics, and then people will have you on their shows, and then maybe you produce your own shows. And the goal is just basically to have people that like you enough to come to your shows. And that's basically what a comedy career is. And then it can go as high or as people want to shoot for it, whatever. Music artist, I could still kind of, even that's a little confusing for me nowadays with the way the internet works. Like you want to just, basically make music and you want to make the best songs you can and put that out. And then people will come watch you play those songs. What is the career, not even, I shouldn't say the word career. What is the artistic goals for you with this type of work that you're doing in terms of like, what are you trying to do? I mean, that's why I think I like having you at our shows. Cause I don't think there is, even though seems to be more and more opportunities to kind of like play out, not as a DJ, and not as like an artist, so to speak, in terms of doing singing or rapping, but just as almost as an instrumental artist, kind of playing what you've made. So what is kind of your goals and the path for that type of thing?
I would say for the goals and path right now, I actually collab with other artists as well.
Mhm.
You know, I've worked with ISO Indies, MC Gels, just to name a few right now. I'm working with this R&B singer, LA, from Suffolk County. She's out in Hampton Bays.
We gotta get her out to the show.
Yeah, she's pretty she's really dope. So I'm just trying to, work with the people that that I build relationships with, friendships with, and also don't want to give too much information.
Ooh,
but
exclusive.
Me and my friend Gels are actually in the works of a collab project for either
collab. What do they do?
He's a rapper.
Oh, nice.
And I make beats, and we've been friends for about 11 years. So we've heard it here first that me and him are going to be working on a project.
Nice. Can you play something off the new project? Could you play something for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Play us something. A little more volume on that. Absolutely. Now, which one is this?
The very first song.
Track 1, it's called.
Track 1. And I was gonna. That's exactly right. Was there a reason? No track titles, no names.
Honestly speaking.
First of all, we appreciate your honesty and your candor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Honestly speaking.
Thank you for being honest with us.
Nah, because me and my friend Gels were talking about it. Is like, honestly, Chris, just name track 1 through 12.
I don't mind it.
So it's
I
like,
don't mind it.
So people won't get confused or people won't get lost with titles or anything like that.
So yeah, is the hope that a rapper might hear one of these and want to rap over it?
Yeah.
Or
now, funny enough, I did have rappers that hit me up. Is like,
yeah,
yo,
can I have that?
Is not even just have that, but like, yo, can I be a feature on the project? It's like, you missed the deadline, but for the second one, I'll keep you in mind.
Right.
But also too, it's not only just for the rappers, but also for anybody that's coming off work or anybody that's that works a 9 to 5 or just studying. They could enjoy music. They could listen.
That's
to
what I
this.
was using it for.
I said this. We were driving back we went out east today.
Give us
and we
another
put it on the way back. I'm like, this is really good. I'm working on my computer at home. Throw this on.
Absolutely.
I don't really it's nice under like a bed for so if you're working on something, it might take a little more focus.
Yeah.
That you're not, really. Because I was the story I told myself was like, oh, he didn't give him names because he didn't want people want to rap over him. He didn't want to give it a title that led you to think it was one thing. Like,
right.
Rap over it.
Don't give it any sort of
don't
context.
give it any
I think
context.
that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
But it wasn't that deep.
Can you play another one? Mm-hmm. You don't have to go in order. You can do whatever you want. Well, the question I had about it. Oh, I like this one. Which one is this one?
This one he likes.
Oh, you just went to.
Wasn't a fan of the first one. This one he likes.
I like all of them. The question I have though internally, like when you're doing your beat sets, like at our show, you play a beat sets. I think probably you're jumping around a little bit more when you're just picking stuff out that you want to play. How do you refer to it in your own set? Like you're like, so are there other albums? Are there the beat tapes? Do they have numbers or do they have titles? You know what I'm saying?
I'll say other beat
many
tapes.
Track ones? How many track ones do you have?
Other beat tapes I made in the past, they did have track titles.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was just.
So this is a little bit of a rarity thing.
Yeah, a little bit of a rarity thing. Also, like me just putting out on Bandcamp and accustomed to me putting out on streaming platforms.
And what was the decision on that to do? Just because you made that very clear at the last show, you're like, it's only going to be available on Bandcamp, which I've noticed a lot of artists at an indie level are doing that more and more. Now, talk me through that a little bit because it feels like it's there. I know the thing with you get no money from streaming essentially. I know that, but is it still not even worth just the penny you get, or the
ease of listening
that you've determined?
Honestly speaking, it's just more of like I want to test the market and see people who actually support me that say that, yo, I bought your project, it's pretty dope. So I just wanted to test the market in that as well. And also, that's been making music for so long. Is like, why not make a project, put it out on Bandcamp exclusively?
Right. So even if you make, because I think what was it? What were we charging? $10 for it? Was it
$15?
So if you do that and you sell it, if you sell 100, rather than 1 million people listen to it just randomly on a playlist, something, it's still more worth it to you. And
you've already made more money on this probably than if it was available for streaming.
Yeah.
like I said, I had some people who actually paid more than $15 on the project. You know, it was a blessing.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. But I was saying, in regards of that, because it's like 15.
He looked right at you.
Yeah.
Hey, when some people went paid actually more than $15. You know?
No, I was just saying,
Just kidding.
with that, like I did have some people that paid more than $15. Some paid 15, which I'm greatly appreciate. Like I appreciate it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say just in regards, like if you didn't buy it, you could share it, or you could, give it a few listens and give me a feedback on it.
It's a
And,
great project.
Is it on SoundCloud as well? I mean, you said just Bandcamp, but SoundCloud is more of like an exposure for producers rather than it is like buying and.
Yeah, I would say
streaming.
I will put this out on SoundCloud. I don't know when, but I give it time. But Volume 2, I promise, will be on Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
Okay.
So how far along are you with 2?
I just gotta go through the archives of beats. I would say like 75% done. I already know what the artwork's gonna be. I can't give too much information,
excited.
but
Man.
Maybe next time with the next show we'll get the exclusive. That would be exciting. That is the fun part. If you come to these shows, C-Rxch is there. And I guess I should maybe say a little bit. So where C-Rxch fits in. So we do the show for those of you that have not attended. So it's a showcase show. If you could see in the poster, we have comedy, we have music, poetry, and magic, which we'll talk about. And so. But C-Rxch basically is the house band, I guess is the fair way to say it. It's the way you'd have it, where he's up there, and I'll start and I'll host and I'll do a little host banter up top, and I like that last time we did a little more banter. I think we'll talk off mic. We'll try to figure out some more bits that we can do, the two of us together when we're hosting. And then what it is, I try to stay off the stage because one, it's a small stage, and two, I want to keep it moving because the showcase is long. And
Love it.
And we'll talk a little bit about this in a second in terms of like possible things we can make better or worse, things like that. But C-Rxch basically plays the person up and plays the person off, and he plays one of his tunes up and one of it down, and show them how you do the fade out, because I always think the fade out is always so cool.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I recognize that now from the
the
show. You couldn't hear that, but
people kind of you can be on the mic if you want to.
no, she doesn't.
Okay.
We do have an audience here today. We don't do anything without an audience, so we do have an audience of one just to make sure that
And she can't hear any of the beats that
no,
which is nice. Yeah.
yeah.
So he'll play them off, and then the artist will start. And then like there's, even though there are people that came a second time, people are still kind of looking around because it's very standard in comedy shows to have the host and they give a handshake. And I think some people maybe is finding it. I hope nobody's finding it rude that I'm not.
I think it's great. I think people like to know there's not a lot of wasted time here.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of waste for me to go up there. I mean I'll go up if I have to reset something or I'll set some stuff up. But I guess I guess we could jump into the kind of the next talking about the show a little bit and some pluses and some minuses. I wanted to ask, like we had this during this C-Rxch interview section. Yeah. How do you feel about being like kind of upfront throughout the whole show? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's leading into the next
okay.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Honestly speaking, I don't mind it because I've performed sets in which I've gone up there and I was just like the one-man band type of thing,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or even sometimes. I'll be like, if anyone's a rapper, singer, or a poet, and the microphone's right there, share your talent. But I don't mind being, sharing my music up front.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more like your response. Like, so it's while there is comedy, magic, poetry, and music, and I'm trying to think of what else could you possibly fit in there. We'll talk about that later. But it's a comedy heavy open mic for sure. And part of comedy is reacting to the things that are being said on stage. So, like, there's a sense of responsibility. Like, when I'm in a lot of people don't want to be in an audience. They feel like a pressure to respond or support the artist. So, like, you have an entire audience watching you respond to the comedians that are on stage. And I think you're a good comedic audience. Yeah. Like, what's your relationship with comedy in the past? Like, do you have, like, because we've seen so many just absolutely disgusting people say disgusting things on stage that we're broken and not shocked anymore.
And even worse than that, unfunny.
Yeah, truly.
Even worse than that. Yeah.
So we hear things that are slightly offensive, and we're just like, yeah, okay, this guy's trying to get a shock thing. Not a big deal. You seem like a more of an innocent audience to me. Like a more of a virgin ears on this on these things.
Which is what I like about it.
I love it.
Yeah,
one of my favorite
it's
things
great.
is I was like, and what did C-Rxch think about that?
That's right.
I like to check in with you to see how you responded to it. So yeah, what's your history with stand-up comedy? Do you have do you have favorites, or do you have like a fan of it?
Yeah, I'm a fan of stand-up comedy. So, growing up watching the revised version of Def Comedy Jam, one comedian, Tony Roberts, he was pretty funny.
Sure.
Even in my teenage years, like around 2000, like middle school, Chappelle Show was on.
Uh-huh.
So I got it.
Who's that now?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, Dave Chappelle. Yeah, I've heard that guy.
I think the influence of Chappelle, speak nothing of his anything else, is the influence of at that time of the music and comedy connection that he made during that time.
Right.
Like and the specific choices of who he had on the show and the stuff that he would do at that time.
Yeah, for a skit he had Questlove.
Yeah.
He had Black Star.
He had the
John Mayer.
What was it with the first episode? He would just have the musical act, and I think he was just driving a car. Yeah. And he had Mos Def in the passenger seat, just like rapping.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So it was a bit, and in the like that kind of stuff. It can't be underestimated in terms of that.
I think Kanye was on there too, right?
Yeah, Kanye West, Common.
Mm-hmm.
Common, that's right.
Slum Village was on there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, De La Soul.
It's crazy. I mean, even in all of his wackiness now, and whatever you want to say about him now, he even still now will pull in like the
podcast
music.
with Talib and Mos Def.
When he did Saturday Night Live, he had Black Star on as the musical guest, which for a fact was him just being like, this is who I'm having.
Yeah.
I say also he had Tribe too.
Tribe too, but that one was a little bit more like that. They could have gotten it maybe without him, but like Black Star wasn't.
Fife was still around for that?
No, that was
he passed away.
Post Fife.
And which is very good performance. The Black Star performance was actually excellent, but it's not available anywhere, so you could tell SNL was just like, we don't know what's going on here. Like are you
a daydreamer? I'm a big daydreamer. And every once in a while, I'll daydream about it used to be when Letterman was on the air, or sometimes SNL. Yeah. And also, I'll daydream about getting to host SNL.
Yeah.
And then demanding. I'll only do it. My goal is that I'm such a big star. They'll do anything to get me on the show.
Yeah,
I said, well, if you want me on the show, then you'll book A$AP Rock as a music guest.
Yeah. But I think it was that kind of thing where he was like, he insisted upon it, and then they had it there. So that kind of stuff was part of like, in terms of comedy, your interest in,
Yeah, that too, and also like the humor involved. Like even with shows like the Boondocks as well.
Yeah.
They had like hip hop artists like Exhibit.
Oh yeah.
Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg.
Sure.
CeeLo Green, so even Cat Williams as well. So just that correlation of stand-up comedy and hip-hop always, resonated with me growing up.
Don't ever forget, Cat Williams was in The Diplomats, formerly a Dipset chain and everything back in the day. You remember that?
Right. As what part did he play? He was like a comedian?
He was a comedian, but I think he was going to put out like a record.
Oh, boy.
I remember he had the chain and everything. He was the first comedian signed to a hip hop record label, and I was like, "That's pretty." That was pretty. At the time, I was pretty excited about it.
Wow.
That's pretty, and I don't know what happened to it, but that was the Diplomats basically broke up every other week, as you know. So even still now,
yeah.
So it's like it's possible to tell.
So yeah, I think it's interesting. You're up on stage. I don't know that I would want that responsibility, but
I'll tell you, sometimes
I feel like as a comic, we watch comics, and I rarely laugh at comics. I'll go like, "Boy, that's good. That's a good joke." But I don't have a very supportive face while watching comedy.
You're right on though, because he's a great judge of comics. I sit right next to him, but I'm off stage and I kind of move around a little bit. My role is basically, I don't know if any of you guys saw the new Muppet show that they did recently.
I didn't.
Seth Rogen produced a new Muppet show. Just one episode with Sabrina Carpenter, and basically, if you've ever seen the Muppet show, Kermit the Frog is just slightly off stage with basically running the show. And so in this last one, he had like booked too many acts, so he just had like this long list, and he was trying to kind of basically hold things together, which is basically what I do. I realized that when I was watching the episode, like I'm just off stage, just trying to like make sure I'm hitting the time codes and everything like that, and then kind of directing traffic a little bit. And I'll sit next to C-Rxch for most of the acts, and C-Rxch sometimes he laughs, if it's stuff funny. Sometimes he'll just kind of nod, and then sometimes I'll see him, he'll go.
I'll give him like.
Yeah.
Really say that?
He'll give me a wide eye, like, ooh.
Or I look in the crowd, I'm like,
Yeah, I've noticed.
But I
it.
called you in my post. I said that you were the Paul Schaefer to my Paul Letterman for the show. which
David
I thought
Letterman.
was-
David
Yeah.
Letterman. Yeah.
What'd I say?
They weren't both named Paul. That would be.
Is that what I said? Paul Letterman and David Schaefer.
Yeah.
That's how I call him.
So when I set up last time, I put a shotgun mic on the bookshelf facing the audience. I wanted some audience reaction, so
okay.
I wanted shooting that way rather than, but it was right behind C-Rxch. So I got some good audience noise, but I got more purely. I got C-Rch's reactions.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of ooh boy. I got a lot of yeah. I got some really rich C-Rchch reactions.
And I guess we'll talk about getting into the show a little bit. Is that like I think one of the things about this particular show that I like about it, as I mentioned, it's a curated showcase / open mic. So there are people there of all different levels. There are comedians that have been doing it for many years that are essentially Long Island regulars. I think it's fair to say, upwards and downwards in terms of what that means, as well as people that are performing all over. And we'll get to that in a minute in terms of people that are performing. But they're either going to be kind of trying two things. And I think now that Ryan has kind of brought in the video aspect and the social media content aspect of it, I think now maybe things will shift where it gives kind of comedians particularly two opportunities, which is one is to try something that's a little bit more loose with a mixed audience that's not at a bar, that's there for like some jokes, that's maybe poetry minded or lyrically minded, and they can be a little bit more open or sensitive to try out some things that you can't do at the Ringer show at the bar, or even at a comedy club that you have to kind of hit hard and punch. So you're able to try stuff there, but you can also use your time to really do as tight of a joke as you can to get the social media clip, the
clips
Instagram
are big.
clip.
That's my hope. That's why I set up multiple cameras. Like that's why I want it to be the audio to be good, because I feel like would help me draw this place. And while like I want to help. Well, this isn't my show.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it. I would love it to continue, and I would love it to be good. So I'm hoping that people come bringing their best in hopes to it's an open mic, try out some new jokes, but make it worth it for the audience, and then that will get you your clips. So I'm trying my best. My investment in this is I'm not looking for money for this.
Right.
I would rather have a nice little scene here, and the hope is if I'm making people clips and putting the little logo on the screen, people are like, oh, that's a cool show.
That's right. I think it's been working wonderfully, and so if you go on our Instagram, and then some show, you're going to see where the clips that are on there of the folks that have been kind of performing.
Yeah, people collaborating with
things.
that page is also great. It gives like a nice little
homepage.
It's like it's a curation of local art as well.
Yeah, it's really excellent. And so I don't know how much stand-up comedy is in your timeline or Instagram feed, but it's all about at this point clips. It's all about a little. Sometimes just one line or one interaction that can kind of get you going. And the reason it does it is like, one, people can see that you're funny, at least, and you can usually tell if you're a comedy fan from just one or two clips to see the kind of the level of, or what this comedian's about, what I want to do. So other producers may book them for stuff, or maybe I want to go see a person. And then so when Ryan has the kind of the high quality piece, everyone could kind of take it from your phone, but it's so hard to capture somebody on stage in any sort of like just rinky dink phone in the back of the room. Like it comes off so poorly. So the way that we have it set up,
it's setting it up. Comics worried about setting it up. Like I saw Victoria on the last show. I saw her about to go on, and I saw her futzing with her phone. She wanted to set up, but couldn't figure it out, so she just closed it and then brought up her phone. So I was like, oh, she wanted to record this, but in my head I'm like, well, she's gonna get it. Like I got that covered. Don't worry about that. So it's nice. And it's also nice, it's getting recorded either way. So just do what you're going to do. Right. If it goes well, then you got clips. If not, then you're no worse off than you were before. So it's just go up on stage and. Yeah.
As James King, we'll talk about in a second. He was the same thing. He usually has a little tripod that he sets up, and I was like, there's no need. No, it's all taken care of. You could use it if you use it. Don't if you don't.
Yeah.
And then maybe I think there's some music artists as well that hopefully can use this in the future too for a similar type of deal for things like that. But maybe we'll.
It's funny because you said it's hard to record. So what was the Roddy Rich or what?
Ricky Rochelle.
Ricky Rochelle?
Yeah.
Who's Roddy Rich?
That would have been nice if he was there. That would have been interesting.
That's a rapper, right?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know if he's a rapper.
Yeah, he had that beat that was so good. Like, what was that? He had that song that was so good for a second there, but I feel like it was just like, it was mostly known.
Is he gone? What happened to him?
He's like a one hit almost.
Maybe he will show up to the mic then. Maybe if he's.
Roddy Rich. Roddy. What was this?
What's
what was
that?
this song? The Box. That's right. Remember
Oh yeah,
this?
the box.
But now we're
Yeah,
gonna get flagged for that.
Well, no, it's not.
Oh yeah,
Remember that? Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I was obsessed with that. I would just like drive around in my car going.
Oh, so you're just trying to signal something to me. I don't
Nah,
think it's supposed to be
I would
fine.
say real quick. When I first met you, it was actually a Wise Mind event.
Yeah.
I give a shout out to Dave Wolf's son,
Oh yeah.
because that was like me and him. Like we met back in 2024,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like, "Hey, Rich, I want you to host an event for Black Sheep. You've been working for
Not the rap group.
We want you to host at Black Sheep Ale House. You've done a lot for Wise Mind. I just want to give you a flowers while you still smell. So shouts to him.
Shout out to him. I'd love to have him
Nice.
come by. Actually, I think I meant to message him actually because he invited me to do another mic the other recently. So I wanted to actually get him back in the loop.
So what was the guy's name? Not Roddy Rich. What was
Ricky Rochelle.
Ricky Rochelle?
Yes.
He had posted a clip before I sent him the clip. I think he was with somebody. I don't know. I don't want to assume relation, but
Yeah.
he was with a woman,
Yeah.
and she recorded him. Or maybe
Yeah.
it was somebody else.
Sure.
Somebody in the audience. I don't know why I feel the need to identify the
Very
person.
nervous here.
who
Just
recorded
continue on.
this. Somebody in the audience recorded him.
Yes.
And he posted it. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good quality. I'm
Yeah,
like,
not bad.
maybe I don't need all these cameras and
Yeah.
mics. Like, it was pretty decent, but it's
Well, I guess we'd have to compare. We'll see if we can get it. Well, I, guess
I
we'll
wouldn't
have
compare.
to-
It's pretty close.
it was-
These
I-
phones do a
what's
pretty
wait,
good job.
Actually, that's funny. I thought that was your clip.
He posted 2 clips. He had one that was like
One of them was yours?
portrait, and then he posted it again.
And neither was from you?
Yeah. One was for me.
Oh, one was from you.
There was
Okay,
one that
okay.
was
The one with the logo
landscape.
Was yours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was like multiple cameras, changes. Which I always feel like a camera change adds a little bit of like, oh, there's a camera change. That must be
I
a
think-
production.
I think.
But the first one was just somebody that videotaped him.
Yeah. So Shelby King was another performer who was there, and she
recorded,
posted
maybe.
a bunch.
Oh, okay.
So they were pretty good quality. I don't know what she was.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, I don't know.
just up close and had a phone, and it came out pretty good.
It was,
So
and that we'll get to that.
maybe I don't need to be there at all.
Yes. You know what? You're not invited. And
Okay.
so the other thing I wanted. So we talking about the location, right? So it's at the Neverending Bookstore, Neverending Story Bookstore in Bablyon, which is a very nice place in Bablyon. It's a bookstore. But the news that we got basically that day when we were doing the last show was that Colleen, who's the owner, is selling the place 'cause she has another opportunity. Very good for her. All good. She's going to go to California, and actually she won't be there for April 25th, though technically she still will be the owner. There'll be someone there that'll be assisting with us. So the show on the April 25th will go on as scheduled. But the question is that if there's going to be somebody new coming in that's taking over the place. I would assume, because I don't want to toot our own horn here, but the last 2 have been pretty successful in terms of turnout, in terms of people supporting the bookstore, and we do a suggested $5 purchase if you're attending. So people have been
Suggested seems pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Suggested.
yeah.
There's a lot of muscle going on for a suggestion.
Yeah. So
You're like, buy $5. You should see this guy at the end of the show.
throwing stuff.
Did you buy $5? It's crazy.
but the you're gonna scare people.
Let me see your receipts.
Let me see receipts. Show receipt at the door.
He goes nuts at the end of the show.
But she said that the people have been pretty generous so far with.
It seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hopeful that I'm pretty optimistic that whoever buys it will be like, this seems like a turnkey operation. If
I would think so.
We'll move everything, we'll move it back. Like it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine not going to, but it's good to be prepared if it doesn't. So do you have other options?
No, none that I've planned because I don't want to shift without it.
Sure.
But so I guess the question that I think we can maybe discuss a little bit is that do we think that there's something about this specific location that is part of the reason that people are more or less interested than maybe another place? Because I think the one thing that I enjoy about it particularly is I'm doing it at a kind of an alternative space. It's not at a bar. It's not at a venue, so to speak. We kind of are putting the whole staging that you see with the lights and the sound and the audio is everything that we're bringing to it to make it look like. And we get the lights going, we turn the place off. And it's also the thing is it's on Main Street. People are walking down from town, restaurants. They're looking inside. They can see that there's something happening going on. There's someone performing in some capacity, and then people walk in.
Is there a sign outside that says it's a free to attend?
I did last time. Yeah,
that
I
helps.
did last time. So I put a little sign that says there's a show going on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Come on
if
in,
if I was post dinner, I'm a big fan of after dinner in town. Oh, let's walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
If I pass by and I thought like a room full of people and it said free, I'm like, oh, let's pop in here.
Yeah.
They catch me there 100%.
There was a good contingent that I was told that was there earlier and then went to dinner, and then people that came in after dinner. So it was a
see
good
that?
mix. And one of the things I really like about that place is because it's kind of long and narrow.
Yeah.
People could kind of come and go, which I don't necessarily mind.
Right. If you're in the back hiding out, you can just.
You can
we'll
come
take
and go
off.
if people want to come in and come out. It reminds me of a little bit of. Did you see the Bob Dylan movie, the Chalamet one? Did you see that at all?
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Excuse
Chalamet
me.
one? That's his name, isn't it?
Timothy Chalamet?
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Did you saw?
You said Chalamet. What did you
Chalamet?
say? Did you say it right?
I think I said it right.
I didn't hit my ear right. Maybe I'm nuts.
You're going to know how to say Chalamet?
Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
I'm going to go back. I can't go back now, but
Double. You could double. If I said it wrong, you could double it, or edit it so I said it right.
no. What there was a venue like that?
Well,
in there?
he goes to Cafe Wa. I think it's supposed to be.
Cafe Wa.
And so, but the way I don't think this is how it actually was, but the way it was basically is like there were people in there, and then he basically came and like, oh, I have something I want to play, and was able to just kind of walk on stage and play. But it wasn't so much a show. It wasn't like a sit down. Here's the show. The show's over. Everyone can go home. It was a little bit more loose. The way that I think maybe the Comedy Cellar was originally, where it was like there's going to be comics coming on and off. You could come in, have a drink, you could leave. It was less of like a come sit for this show, come leave, which I think how some of these more looser venues used to be.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like the idea of it being something that's less of a you have to come and sit for this entire show. You can come in, you can watch the show for a little bit, you can leave. And as long as because it's not a bar or a restaurant, it's easy to come in, you sit for a while, you hang out for as long as you want, maybe stay for the whole show, maybe stay for an hour, maybe stay for 20 minutes, and then you can go. And then there's people that can come off the street and kind of come back in.
That is nice, yeah.
So I'd like,
the shape of the room. While it is not a typical comedy clubs,
Right.
when they design them, they usually design them wider.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can kind of work to the crowd more. So it is the opposite of that, but it's not a comedy show completely. And there is enough of an audience right up front that you can work to.
Right.
And the back of it can kind of be like,
Can kind of come and go,
Yeah,
or
and-
shift around
Yeah.
and things like that. So I don't necessarily mind that. It's
and it's not so deep that there are comedy clubs that there are seats that are as deep as that. So it's
Right.
not like you're further back than you would be at a comedy club.
Right.
You could, yeah.
Right. So I kind of like the idea it could be a little bit transient in terms of people coming in and out and going that way. So I like that about the venue, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think someplace that's more of a formal venue would want more of a traditional like show where it's like
Right.
there people are going to come in for this time. They're
Yeah,
going to get this,
I-
their money's worth, things like that.
I think you can never underestimate a marketing and kind of like subtlety and I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it, but like the suggestion, like it's a cool name.
Yeah.
Neverending Story
Yeah.
Books is a cool name.
Yeah.
And if people see a cool name on a flyer, they are likely to be like, oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like I fall for it constantly.
Yeah.
I see, oh, Paper Planes Coffee.
Yeah.
I want to check that place out. Why? Because I like the name Paper Planes.
Yeah.
Like marketing works. So I think that helps it. It says that, like I think, and then some is a cool name.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like this is just cool marketing around this. So I think all that just helps.
I think so.
And a bookstore feels like, oh, it's not going to be aggressive. I don't have to worry about am I going to have to get a drink?
Mhm.
Like I don't drink, so if I see things are in a bar, I feel like already I get like a little
Vibes a
tense.
little bit, yeah.
I'm like I don't like being around people
Different
drinking,
vibe,
so
yeah.
I know that's out of the picture. So it's yeah, I think it's just got a lot. It's like a very
Yeah, and there's like a air of like a little bit of like artsy intellectual stuff being in a bookstore,
Right.
which kind of makes things a little bit more acceptable to be pontificating on a microphone one
and
way or
yourself and
another,
free, and you get
yeah.
people who are a little bit more like you said, like
open-minded
artsy,
and also
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
interested in hearing other people's experiences in
Not
one,
closed
one
off.
form or another.
Yeah, we'll leave.
Yeah, we listen, but we don't judge crowd.
Right.
Exactly.
And
right.
there's a craft to creating that people are interested in, which I think is pretty
Yeah.
interesting. So I wonder if we just pick this, and I do like to keep it in Babylon because I do live in Babylon, so I'm trying to like help create a specific kind of thing for the thing. But we have to move it someplace else. I think that the idea and the branding is enough to do it, and then maybe we could do some shows that are more specifically like a show. Like it's a bill of like advertised people that could that could be a kind of a separate thing.
And then some all stars.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that. Something like that. Where we
The,
could do kind of a more of a booked.
The
kind of
spit
thing.
kickers of comedy.
I don't like that name at all. I don't like it. I don't even like it enough to steal it. I don't like that at all. Maybe a native tongues of of a.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
We'll do a
version
play off
better.
native tongues. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound offensive.
A little
a bunch
better.
of white people getting on stage with a native
Yeah,
tongues.
no, that's not
Huh?
great either. That's not
Native
great
to
either.
who?
Yeah. That's not good. So well, I think we're optimistic. So in terms of what it'll be, and hopefully by the 25th, we'll have an idea of what the next one will be in terms of if we have it there, if we don't.
Yeah. Is a coffee shop an interesting enough venue for you to entertain?
It is. But you know what's funny is that there are a few in Babylon in that area. But it's the bookstore is actually kind of big. Like it's sneaky big. And
It
so
is, yeah.
the other places are a little bit tighter.
They are smaller.
And like it'll be less of what I was saying before. But again, if we got to do it, we got to do it because I think it's important. Stupid of me to say important, but it is a little important enough, I think, for the folks that are there that come to it. It's
a shame. Could we get what was the barbershop you produced the show at?
The Holy Black Barbershop.
So you like an interesting venue because you got a history.
It's all I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was great. That was a great turnout. It was a great show. I feel like it's more likely to get people because you got a clientele you can advertise right there that isn't necessarily going to see.
Yeah.
It's not the bar crowd has seen it all before. So that was a great show. I feel like if we could just get them to move.
Yeah,
to Babylon,
and it's a little bit that would be nice. But now I also don't want to step on the Don't Tell comedies because they do nice work on Long Island. Those are nice folks that I know. In Don't Tell Long Island, where they do.
I never worked with them a day in my life. I have no allegiance to Don't Tell.
I'm not stepping on the toes, but they do a specific thing, which is they do a comedy show with. They do a nice job. It's not a million comics. It's usually 4 or 5. They give them time. They get a nice venue. They get that set up, and they'll do it like at a cool. They'll do it at a laundromat. They'll do it at an art gallery, but that's it's a little different from what we're trying to do, which is kind of create more of a scene, create more.
This is not a unique thing. You're not stealing this from Don't Tell. This is not a unique thing.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, there's been cemetery comedy shows. There's been rooftop comedy shows. Laundromat comedy shows is a thing going back. Yeah, that's been happening for years.
There is a cemetery in Babylon. If we did a summertime outdoor. That might be in bad taste. So C-Rxch, I don't think.
Is there a problem, or are you excited
out.
about the idea of a cemetery?
C-Rxch is out. C-Rxch is out on that.
That's no good. You don't want to play beats in the cemetery?
No.
Okay.
No, I got. You know what? I think I agree with it.
We're not going to be on top of the heads. We're not going to be like sitting on headstones.
Oh my.
No.
Exactly. We've offended C-Rxch on that one. Can you play us another a little beat there?
How about in a church?
You know, there is a church also that's a nice folks that
is there a UU in Babylon?
What does that mean?
Unitarian Universalist.
That I don't know, but there is a church where I used to live on James Street. There's a church at the end there who are very nice people, but they have a really cool looking place. I don't know if I still think that it might be a little bit, I don't want to. That's the other thing, and we'll get to this. Like, I don't want to tell anyone like what to say or anything like that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like a universal Unitarist is. I don't know. I'm not saying the UU.
Yeah,
we had to an open mic at one. There's one in Stony Brook.
Yeah,
and they're they're a non-denominational church. It's like all welcome. It's it's essentially like if you feel like you're placed if you're a person without.
It's a community,
like a specific religion or even a faith at all. Like you're welcome here. Like everybody has you believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah,
we're more like we want a community of people.
That's nice,
and we want to support each other.
That's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, so like they do everything. It's like not you can kind of say whatever you want in that place, but like the kind of thing is like you can come if you want, but you can't be offended at anything anyone's going to say, like because everybody's welcome here.
Yeah, I mean, though I think thankfully we've been very lucky, but also not lucky because it's also a little bit of curation of having people that are thoughtful artists in the sense of they're not doing anything that's blatantly, unnecessary. Can you play us another beat there, C-Rxch?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'll play something from Volume 2, not out yet.
Whoa!
Exclusive. So this is definitely gonna be on Volume 2.
Oh, I gotta get the soundboard if we gotta get for the night. Oh, you got one? What the hell? Ooh. Oh, that's personalized?
I got.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get some clips.
I got a whole bunch of pads here that you got. This 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16. I can 24 original sounds
I'll
on here.
send you some clips.
Right now, they're all. Mostly, I think you should leave clips.
Wow, you think you know somebody? I'm not a piece of shit. You sure about that?
You have subpar people skills.
That's from my last podcast.
I like that one. I'll have to get some.
You can send me some clips. We can.
Do you have a C-Rxch drop? You keep it going. No, you're good. We can hear you.
Not saying-
C-Rxch on the board.
Not yet, but I do have one in the works.
Oh, excellent.
That's great.
Love that. Yeah, keep it going though. We can talk over for a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We can just get you an iPad. You can have a whole screen full of
Oh, I'd
drops
love
over there.
that.
Hook that right into
I
it.
get my flex bomb at least.
I do have a maybe a. So we're at over an hour and 15 minutes going into this now.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good. That was a good recap of what the And Then Some show is in general. We haven't really recapped anything yet.
Yeah.
Do we want to isolate? Do we want to stop here and make this its own recording about what
That's a
the
good
show
idea.
is?
That's
and
a
then
good idea.
And then start another one that is an actual recap of the one we just did. This is an
Producer.
introduction podcast to what the End Show
that's a
Showcase
perfect
is and what
idea.
this show is.
That's an amazing idea.
So this is the end of that, and then maybe Monique, our guest, can take the opportunity to leave and get something to eat. Okay.
Are we keeping her here? I don't know. She could have left.
She feels
It's
locked
not
in.
that far.
Yeah.
Oh, not that far. All right. So why don't you we'll fade out on the turn the beat up and we'll fade it out from there. Part 2 coming up. Part 2.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
And then some show post show.
And we'll-
And then some showcase post show.
Yeah.
And then some showcase post show.